to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan, alongside Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. And we've got David Aldridge, our Hall of Famer, patrolling the sideline. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You take a look at the Raptors. They've got the #1 record in the conference, and because of it, each night out, their competition is going to bring it right at them.
And seeing where the Raptors are, it's been the kind of start to their season that a lot of experts were predicting. And by that, I mean a very strong start.
Yeah, this is the start they wanted to have, but their goals are much bigger. They're focused on playing into June and bringing home a championship.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Anunoby in at the forward with Barnes next to him. Then it's Jordan. Then there's Washington. And it's Moore in at the 2-guard spot. And for New Orleans, a bit forward, Ingram and Williamson. Hawkins is out there with Schroeder. And Greg, what stands out for both of these rosters is that they both feature top-tier athleticism.
And Kevin, that bodes well for us, right? There's a lot of speed, some great athleticism. I'm sure we're going to get some highlight reel plays tonight.
And one of the many storylines of this NBA season revolves around MP and his quest to conquer all the teams ranked higher in the standings last season. That's one tough challenge in this NBA.
And I have to say, it's been impressive what MP and company have accomplished. Picking up some great wins, and they're showing they can be a force in this league. And I expect them to continue to play well against another strong opponent tonight.
Here's Ingram after the made shot from Jordan. And it's Ingram missing. Jordan inside. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
And here are the Pelicans. Beaten by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, what we saw in that game and what you see around the league is a questionable dependency on the triple.
That shot, the 3, is very volatile. On games when it's fallen, you can beat anyone, but when you're leaning on it and you go cold, tough sledding.
Well, it was Toronto winning their last game against the Nets. One of the best 3 and D wings in the league. Well, let's start with OG Anunoby, who excels from the corner.
And Kevin, about 45% on quarter threes the last couple of seasons. So OG can space that floor horizontally. That's in addition to his elite defensive ability. And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Here's Schroeder. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game.
And what an athlete Ingram is. Elevates up in the air with such ease for the dunk.
Wasted no time on that one. Jordan's got 8.
And the coaching staff has to be happy with how they've shot the ball here early on.
New Orleans has gone 1-2 from long range in the first quarter. And here's Ingram from the arc. It's rebounded by Scotty Barnes. Launches a 3, and it's good. 3 points on the board on the shot from Jordan. He's got 11.
Well, he's had it going offensively, helping them build this lead.
Pass to Schroeder. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. But 3, it's hauled in by the Raptors.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Moore passes to Jordan. From deep, And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Pelicans trail by 7. Williamson outside. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. And no one knows Williamson's game more than you. You know it firsthand. Zion's physicality makes him incredibly difficult to defend.
Well, there's no question, Kevin. He's virtually unstoppable going to the basket. But as time goes on, you know everybody's athleticism decreases a little. If he's going to age well in the league, he's going to need to have that jump shot as a weapon.
I'm sure you told him that, didn't you?
I tried.
That free throw good from Williamson. Right, one of the best assets of Zion.
Foot of the gap.
Here's George. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. George is out there with Santi Aldama. Then it's Koulibaly. Then it's Herbert Jones. And it's Williamson at the center filling out the middle. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Raptors with the lead. Jordan with it. George picks him up. Jacks up a three. No good from Jordan. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Raptors.
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities, and it keeps the defense off balance.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
And it's tied up with that one. There has been, Coach, a lot of talk about how players today are better than ever before. Do you agree with that?
Well, absolutely. Isn't that the way evolution works?
Right.
Kevin, they're bigger, stronger, faster, but everyone builds on the players who came before them, and the guys today would not be where they are without the guys before who laid the foundation.
And it's the Pelicans with the ball. Raptors knocking down the tray. Tomasevic. Back to Williamson. The three. And Koulibaly gets it to go. Koulibaly's got it all tied up now for the Pelicans. Pass to Moore. Back to Jordan. Puts up a three. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Champ, in their last matchup against Brooklyn, put on a show. He scored 53 points and was reliable as ever from distance. A fantastic performance from him. Something he wants to repeat tonight. Kevin?
Okay, David, thanks. It'll be interesting to see, Greg, how much of that performance carries over to tonight.
And, Kevin, different scenarios call for a different measure. I'm sure he'll just try to provide whatever they need for the win.
Well, I'm sure he's coming in with a lot of confidence after last game. He wants to have a repeat performance here tonight.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
And again, Toronto with a triple.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And Will Hardy is called timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. New Orleans making some changes here. Brandon Ingram comes in for Williamson. And Hawkins subbed in for George. The Raptors making a switch here. .144 left in the first half of the game. And defensively, Stan, the Pelicans look to try and switch as much as they can.
Yeah, Kevin, and it makes sense with their personnel. It can mean reduced minutes for traditional centers at times, but that's the defensive philosophy they've committed to.
Now here's Jordan, who's got 20. There's the three, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Pelicans trail by 10. Here's Schroeder. Here he goes. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Toronto have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. From deep, Jordan sinks the three-pointer. Jordan's got the lead up to 13 now for Toronto.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Now, Jordan. After Brandon Ingram missing on that last three-pointer. No good from outside that time from Jordan. New Orleans has gone 6 of 14 with the three ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. He gets it in there. Ingram's got 6 points.
And this is what you want more of. Ingram has to keep being aggressive like this.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Jordan against Ingram. Outside, Jordan. Shot clock at 6. Bangs home the trifecta. Jordan's got 29.
He's creating good looks and shooting very efficient.
And Ingram launches it from deep. And so it's the Toronto Raptors with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting. They've been dialed in so far from the field. We'll return shortly.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan at court shot. Give me a beat. All right, now keep it off the shot. So close, so close. And let's hear it for our contestant.
Welcome, everybody. A fun-filled evening underway, and before we talk about the first half of this game, let's see those power rankings.
Checking out Toronto. They're in that #1 spot for a reason, playing well as a team, making it look easy. Definitely the team to beat right now, guys.
Going to take a lot to knock them out that top spot. Until then, this is their league.
Now we'll take a look back at that first half. What an all-around performance it was for the Raptors.
The three-point chances have been there for them, and they've taken advantage.
Just watching the game, not even looking at the scoreboard, you can tell they're the better team tonight by a mile. And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. What a game we're seeing from Champ.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
That's certainly what I'd do. Until the defense shows they can stop him, ride the hot hand.
Raptors leading by 14. Checking out the group for Jamal Mosley to start the second half. Anunoby in at the forward with Barnes next to him. Then it's Jordan. Then there's Washington. And it's Moore in at the 2. Now, here is Jordan. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. Right on the bucket. Jordan's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Raptors.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Hawkins passes to Schroeder. Williamson outside. Here's Schroeder. He's covered by Washington. And it's Schroeder missing. The Raptors shooting the ball with incredible accuracy. 68% so far. And there are the Raptors with another bucket.
Yeah, not sure why he faded away there. Sure looked like he had plenty of space.
Pass to Hawkins. To the paint. And it's Williamson missing. Williamson's gone 2 of 6 here tonight from the field. Jordan, good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist. 35 points for Jordan. Stan, you've been on the bench in the NBA for many decades. What were some of your biggest pet peeves as a coach?
Oh my gosh, Kevin, that would be a long list. But the two biggest would be this. I think, number one, anytime there was a lack of effort, not running back on defense, things like that, that I had a hard time tolerating. And then mental breakdowns, things we had prepared for over and over and over again. And then guys just zone out and forget what they're supposed to do. Those were things that were hard to tolerate.
Especially when you would take such care in preparing them in every way. It's got to be just, excruciating.
Frustrating as heck.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. All right, a chance to check out stats for Zion Williamson.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different scorer than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going. here tonight.
Here's Schroeder, still yet to score. To the inside, Tomasevic. No good, unable to end this run.
They have been board dominant in this game. It's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead. Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Pass to Schroeder. Williamson outside. Here's Schroeder. New Orleans moving the ball around. Ingram outside. 5 on the clock. Over Jordan. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Ingram's got 8.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Raptors.
Stan, I look at your list of players you've coached, some incredible scorers along the way, including Brandon Ingram. Let's zero in on him. What makes him so good?
Well, Kevin, look, when you've got Brandon Ingram's size and then you have the ability to get where you want to go on the floor, and you can just get to that spot and rise up above people and knock down shots, you're virtually impossible to stop one-on-one, and that's what Brandon Ingram has.
What a talent. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, the Pelicans are putting the ball in Zion Williamson's hands. He said, I'm just playing chess within the game, seeing how the defense is guarding me. I'm going to pick my spots. My teammates trust me to make the right decision, but they also trust me to be me when that time is right. Kevin, I'll let you be you.
And I love when you are you, David. Thank you so much. Here is Hawkins. Nothing on the board. Good on the triple.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Toronto leading by 22. Anunoby passes to Moore. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Now here's Ingram. 8 points for him. Shoots the 3. A rebound by Washington. Washington's got his 5th rebound in this one. Jordan looking it over. He takes it in. He gets that one. Jordan's got 44.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
New Orleans has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Jordan against Ingram. Tries it from 19. Rebounded by Moore.
That was a good look from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back.
Outside, Jordan. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Toronto Raptors ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And we'll be back with you shortly. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
Both teams making substitutions here. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. And he's good on the three ball.
Just so precise off the pass. I like how Bridges prepares himself to shoot as the ball is coming his way.
New Orleans has gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Pop it forward. Ingram and Williamson. Schroeder is out there with Hawkins. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. And it's Williamson missing.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
With the fadeaway. And again, it's Toronto converting.
And watching that defensive effort right there, you wonder how much they want this game.
Yeah, I got to agree. Their defensive commitment's got to be a lot better.
And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for Toronto. Here's Jordan. Lays it up and makes it in. 48 points for Jordan.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Now Hawkins. Just 5 to shoot. Ingram wide open. And the Pelicans miss again. Toronto's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. And got it! Another basket. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
Stan, isn't it terrific? We're seeing these great stars in the NBA extending their careers more than ever before.
We certainly are, Kevin, and it's great for the league. The league keeps getting younger, though. These guys come into the league earlier. But I think what players have learned, it's not even just the basketball part. It's the strength and conditioning. It's the nutrition. They've taken care of themselves better, and that allows them to last longer.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Raptors.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Jordan.
Yeah, you know, he was a man on a mission in this one. The defense had absolutely no answers for him tonight.
26 seconds left to play here in the fourth. They get it again. Here's Toronto now. They're on an 18-7 run. And here is Jordan. Three-pointer. And the miss. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin.